great to be here with you this evening, and I thank you for coming to your Cooperative's annual membership meeting. This is important as we reflect on the results that have been achieved and talk about what are some of the challenges that we're going to face in the days ahead. But before I do that, I too want to just take a moment and express my appreciation to Charity Gamble Gwynn and to Jimmy Hemphill for the service you've given to Blue Ridge, but on a personal level for the wisdom and encouragement the two of you have always provided me. You don't often know as a CEO what it means to have board members who say to you, you're doing a good job. Thank you for the work you do. It gives you a lot of energy and encouragement, and these two were masters at doing that. We're always generous in their praise and their wisdom, and I'm going to miss both of you greatly. So thank you for your service. Well, it's been said a couple of different ways that we enjoyed a great year in 2014 on top of a great year we had in 2013, and I'm proud to say that it's continuing into 2015. Doesn't mean we're without challenges, but when we look at the key areas of performance that we think are most important to you, our members, and are most important if you're operating an electric utility and an energies company, we look at things like how happy are our members with our service? What is your experience like with Blue Ridge Electric, and how does that compare to other utilities or energies companies? And I'm happy to tell you, when we look at our American Consumer Satisfaction Index score, we are among the top 5 utilities, not in North Carolina, not in the Southeast, but in America. And those scores are based on your feelings and the feelings of the other 75,000 people we serve at Electric, the other 25,000 customers we serve at Blue Ridge Energies, expressed to us through statistically valid surveys that are done across the country in comparison. That's job one, is does your cooperative understand that we're here to serve you as the member owners of this organization? Very, very proud that our employees are delivering the kind of service and the kind of experience that would create that sort of value statement from you. The next biggest job is keeping your lights on. If you look at a 10-year trend at Blue Ridge, we've improved reliability about 66%. And I often hear that just anecdotally when I'm out in the community talking to people. Like people will say, you know, I can remember when we used to have more outages in my neighborhood. We're just never out of power anymore. Or if we are, your guys are so quick to get here and respond. Well, that doesn't happen by accident. That's planned strategic effort. It's planned investment. It's strong leadership by our engineering and operations staff and our people out in the districts that work right on the firing line to deliver to you a result last year, our best ever outage result of 65 minutes on average per member. Just so you have some perspective, that number puts us in the top quartile of the country for keeping the lights on while we serve some of the roughest terrain and tough winter weather and high winds of many utilities in the country. We have a really difficult territory to serve. So I'm proud of that, and I have to call out our linemen who respond so quickly. And I often say I'm amazed when I look out and I see the 50-mile-an-hour winds here in Caldwell, and I look on my phone and it's 75 in the mountains and snow, and there's power outage, and I can look on our map and see that our guys have gotten there and responded to that outage and repaired it in maybe an hour at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's incredible, and I have to just say, you know, how appreciative we are of our linemen who work in those kind of conditions and the people that support them to provide that to you. The third result I'm really proud of is safety. A lot of our employees just went to North Carolina Department of Labor Safety Conference, in which the Labor Commissioner was there, and almost every operating unit at Blue Ridge Electric received a gold award and a couple received silver award. Blue Ridge Electric just completed its 7th year without a lost time accident. When you're in the electricity business, that's important. And I have a lot of friends that I talk to that go, how are y'all doing that? We can't go 1 year without a lost time accident. It's just a commitment that the employees have, and it's the culture that we enjoy here at Blue Ridge that would enable us to go 7 years and have an almost unheard of record in that area. And as a member, I know you're also going to say, well, what about rates? Well, I think there's some good things happening there, and in the electric business, electric rates can never be low enough to make people happy, but some good things are happening, and on the challenge side, we have some things coming up. So we want to talk about both the challenges in a minute. But currently, we know we did not have to have a rate increase last year. Through a lot of things that we've worked on, from the power supply contract that we have with Duke to employee initiatives to reduce cost, And then a new initiative that we just completed this year, which is going to help as well, is refinancing a lot of our debt to take advantage of the lower interest rates that are out there. We now know that we won't have to do a rate increase in 2015 either. So that's a couple years with no rate increases, on top of returning to you as members $3 million this past winter, a little over $3 million in a rate reduction, and almost $3 million the year before in a temporary rate reduction. So not only have we not raised rates, we've actually lowered your rates over the past couple of years, which when you look at the kind of weather that we have here in the extreme cold winters, people need a break and are very appreciative when we're able to do this and provide some reduction in the electric bills. The Work Smart program that I mentioned, where we have the interest savings, there are a lot of other areas that employees work on, and we have an initiative here where we're constantly looking, how can we eliminate waste? How can we improve productivity? What can we do to make sure that we're not extracting $1 out of a member's pocketbook that they shouldn't have to pay? We're looking constantly to be more efficient. And we're looking to be innovative. This past year, Blue Ridge Energies and Ridgelink, our two subsidiaries, produced almost $2.7 million in net benefit for Blue Ridge Electric members. That's $2.7 million that we didn't have to pay as members on our electric bills. And that's why we're in those businesses. We're in it to provide services like propane and heating oil and other types of fuels, and we're in it to provide fiber services to this community. But the real heartbeat of it is, can we do things by being innovative through these companies to help keep the pressure off of your electric bill? So as we think about 2014, we have to look back and say that was a really good year, but here we are at the middle of 2015. And a lot of these same trends are continuing. The things that I just talked about, the things that I'll be sharing this time next year about 2015. But what about the future on out beyond right now? What are we doing in that area? What kind of vision and direction do we have? We just spent a day and a half with our board at a strategic planning session talking about the fact that our business is changing. Kenny mentioned it in his remarks. The utility business is changing. You hear it as members. You can turn on your TV and you see Solar City on there advertising, selling solar panels. You see different people talking about different ways that the utility business is going to change. You see Tesla Motors talking about putting battery packs in your home or at your business. So all of this has an impact on your cooperative and on the whole electric utility industry. And so we're doing a lot of thinking about how do we prepare ourselves to be the utility of the future for our members in this area. We think first and foremost, we have to stay very, very true to being your trusted energy advisor and keeping that service experience at the level it's at. People, if you have people just passing through wanting to sell you things that you've never heard of or don't know much about, you need someone to talk to that's been around here almost 80 years, that's going to be around for a while longer to help you make the right decisions. What's best for me? And so we want to fill that role of being a trusted energy advisor. We want to continue to talk with you about things that we might be able to do to help you control your electric bill. As we have automated metering, we have a lot of data now. We're just getting ready to roll out a new software that you'll be able to use called Energy Advisor that will help members greatly in looking at how you're using electricity in your home. What could you do to reduce the use of electricity in your home or in your business? We think that we're going to need to be more bold and involved in the solar business. So we're taking a look at that. We're studying community solar. And we think that we're going to need to be more involved in energy efficiency. We need to be more involved in peak load management. There are things that we can do by sending text messages and emails to people saying, today's a peak day. If you can reduce your usage, you can help reduce costs for your cooperative and utility industry. So a lot of these things are on the drawing board for us right now. How can we help members be more energy efficient? How can we be involved in helping members have access to renewable energy for those that may want to purchase more renewable energy? So we're working on these areas. We're discussing these things with Duke, who is our wholesale provider. Duke's doing some of the same kinds of things and looking at what they can do in their programs. So we're excited about what we can become as your utility of the future. We're not going to be just a stuck old utility in the past that's not doing the kinds of things that our member owners want us to do. Well, just to wrap up here, let me just share a couple of things with you. We've got to also continue to work together to make sure that our people have access to economic opportunity. Our area and most rural areas in North Carolina took a really serious punch with the Great Recession. And we haven't come back yet, like the Raleighs and the Charlottes have come back. So we've got to continue to work together. Your cooperative is going to continue to be involved in economic development and trying to bring better jobs to this area, trying to improve the economic climate. You heard Katie talk about that we grew 0.48%. That's very abnormal for this area. We used to always grow at 2%. There were new homes being built. Today, there are very few new homes being built. And we have to talk about that. We have affordable home issues in this area. Some of our millennial and younger members can't afford homes. And so there are things that we've got to work on as community leaders that you can count on, that your cooperative is going to have a place at the table working with people in our counties to say, what can we do to give better economic opportunity in this area? And as our purpose says, to make life better for the people of Northwest North Carolina. Again, I'm very proud to be able to share these comments with you today and to talk with you, and look forward to working with you as we address these changes and these challenges that are going to affect our industry. And I want to just close by saying that you can count on Blue Ridge to be an organization that has strong core values, that we're going to be here, we're going to be a highly valued, highly principled company, someone that you can trust. We're going to operate this organization for the best interest of our members, and we're going to continue to provide to you a level of service that's above and beyond what you would receive anywhere else. Thank you so very much.